Let me ask you a question. What's the first thing you think about when you think about Uxbridge? Don't worry, I'll wait. Didn't they have an army and navy at one point?
No.
Well, what if I told you we'd be talking about the precursor to some of your favourite UK festivals, including 2000 Trees, Heavy Festival, and even Outbreak? Because today we're going to be talking about the one that arguably started it all, UXFEST. UXFEST was a festival that ran between 1997 and 2006 at the Fountains Mill Community Centre in Uxbridge. Ran primarily by Sarah Jackson and Talita Genman, the event would take place in the youth club's community space, and the central idea of the festival was to have a scheme run by young people for young people. Organised and ran by a team of youth workers in a small council budget, UXFEST provided work experience and opportunities for new potential sound engineers and event promoters. See, the Fountains Mill Community Centre was where a lot of teenagers would hang out. So you have to remember, we're in the mid to late 90s, so there were no smartphones, we hadn't reached the peak of the internet yet. So kids would just hang out at community centres. So the idea of the festival was to give these kids things to do, opportunities going forward in life, and for them to stay out of trouble basically. And that's where the idea of UXFEST first came around. The first festival took place in 1997 within the community centre's grounds. However, what made the festival so unique was their eventual addition of a main stage, which took the form of an open-up freight truck. And it was a unique solution to the problem that they had. And also it made sense, being that Uxbridge was so close to Heathrow Airport, that they could gain access to something like that. UXFEST was a primarily charity-based festival, so all proceeds after expenses would go on to a suitable charity. And after the first event, all the proceeds went to Hillingdon AIDS Response Trust. What was fantastic about the festival itself was that Hillingdon Borough Council supported it as a part of their arts and culture budget every year. Festivals from Fountains Mill were always considered charity events, as a condition of the venue's entertainment licence. The budget being so small, they never really had the money to pay the bands, only really a contribution to travel expenses. Hillingdon Borough Council didn't really fund the festival for the most part. Most of their funding came from the big lottery grant that had to support the volunteers or from sponsors. And the funding didn't just come from one main stream. Funding came from all over the place across all the years that UXFEST was around. And quite frankly, some charities just didn't want to work with UXFEST, mainly because they were dealing with quite extreme music. So UXFEST mainly dealt with local charities based in Uxbridge. As well as many charities, their main focus was working with younger people, teenagers that felt ostracised or bullied by their appearance, or teenagers that found it hard to socialise.